we touched on the fact that younger populations aren't really being pushed towards roofing. Where I grew up, very rural area, most of the people I graduated with did not pursue some kind of white collar degree. They're in the trades. Have you guys seen any push in your local communities or any kind of pipelines that you know of that's kind of pushing kids towards the trades? Because I do think that's something that like our current administration seems to care about, but it's not something that I've seen actionable, at least in my community.
I'm super interested to know that, especially from like a high school
Yeah.
level, like where do these high school kids that, maybe are going to sign up for a gap year or trying to decide if they should go to college or not, what are they doing to decide their next employment, right?
Mhm.
Are they, is there job fairs at local high schools? I mean, I would love to go to a local high school job fair to teach people like how being a repair tech, you can really make a bunch of money. And yeah, you have to risk your life and it's hard work and all of that, but you can make a bunch of money that way. I'm super curious if anyone else has done that.
Yeah.
A high school job fair or a college job fair. I've never done either.
So we've got, it's called the Career Center, Washington County Career Center where I live. They have some stuff, but there's nothing like roofing specific. Obviously, like that's kind of it's almost too niche for that type of program with the amount of students that they have. I mean, it's a pretty rural area, so it's not, there's a construction trade, right? And
Mm.
they do framing and trim and roofing and the whole deal. We've never really got involved. We've reached out a couple times with no real response. Just, if we can help, if kids want, some sort of summer job, like send us a few of the ones that, actually show interest.
Mhm.
I am well, and they would essentially kind of, I would call it like an internship, right? Like we'll just
Mhm.
pay them well and they get some on the job training. We're not looking for cheap labor. We don't really need it.
You
Just
wanna build a better generation. You
right,
want
just
to
don't
somebody
just
to pass the baton to when you're
yep.
turned around, and there's
And
someone there.
we really, and this we started that back when we were building houses, so it was like we were doing everything, right?
Mhm.
Like we did framing and plumbing, not much plumbing. We'd lay tile, we'd lay floors, whatever, like a little bit of everything. We just really had no success in the follow through
Yeah.
on the other end. Now, I don't want to sit here and sound like I'm tooting my own horn because I'm not going to say I pushed the subject extremely hard.
Sure.
I kind of threw the table or threw the offer on the table and it never went anywhere. And so
Yeah.
I kind of let it be. I just didn't want to get that involved with stepping on toes, but it didn't seem to really, exactly what you said. Yes. You hear of this push for it
Yeah.
in the local communities. It's like
No action.
nobody's really taken the stride to make it happen.
And what would that look like if we wanted to? Like, I don't know, as I'm thinking about it in my head, I just think about how many kids I went to school with that could have benefited from somebody like any single one of you sitting here on the panel today saying, "It doesn't have to just be college. There's a million ways for you to build a business and provide, a way to live for your family. Like, it doesn't have to be this way." And so, I guess I just wonder, is there a way to kind of make that happen today for each of you? Or I don't know.
I think it takes someone on the other end, right?
Yeah.
Like 4 of us sitting here would happily do some of that work,
Mhm.
bring in some of these young guys that want to, get some real on the job experience, really,
Yeah.
I mean, get their teeth sunk into it, but it takes someone on the other end to kind of promote that in the school. "Hey, there's 3 local companies that are looking for help
Yeah.
and looking for internship," and maybe, as much as I hate government subsidy, maybe it's something where, local governments get involved to try to, like, push these
I was thinking write a grant for it and make it a trade
right,
fair. So you partner with
exactly.
some guy that does HVAC, you partner with a guy that does, I don't know, gravel, and you have like a trade fair where kids could have they decide what is it for you if not white collar.
It'd be way better money spent than what we're spending money on right now, so I wouldn't
Right?
disagree with that.
I feel like that would be so cool. I just don't know what it would look like. What's the step to take today?
Well, you know that there's mechanic school, at
Yeah.
least at our one of our local, I think we have 6 high schools in our county that we're in, but I know that they have like a mechanics program, there's a cosmetology program,
Mhm.
like there's all these different teaching program, like all these different things. Surely we can get one.
Trades in there.
Yeah. For
Absolutely.
HVAC, roofing, plumbing.
And would you Scott, would you have more luck going and chatting with your school board if it didn't seem like it was for Scott and for Rain Stoppers Roofing to eventually have people to hire one day? Because if you bring in 5 or 6 local businesses that are doing
Sure.
different verticals, maybe then it would be more of a community-based effort and not a, "This is just a guy trying to have talent." You know what I
That
mean?
that's probably a great recommendation because, that's kind of the way it felt. There were
Yeah,
some
I know.
thought was that,
But I know it's
"Oh, you're just
not,
looking
but
for a bunch of cheap guys." I'm like, "Not
but it's
really.
not.
I'd much rather have experienced guys and pay them twice as much." Like, I really don't wanna like, that's not what my goal is to deal with a bunch of rookies. I will because I think it's a good thing,
Absolutely.
but that's not bettering the company, you know what I
Right.
mean? So,
Mhm.
and maybe that's the way to, that you could approach it and have a little more success than we did.
Yeah. No, it's just interesting to me. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Allie, how about you write the grant and we'll figure out the best
Don't
way
tempt me with a good time. That's what I did in my old career.
Mike
but
Mike
for but for
Mike
jails,
Rowe.
like, what'd you say?
Mike Rowe from like
Or,
Reed. He has a scholarship for the trades and things like that.
Well, like GAF has the roofing academy, but I haven't ever seen it local here. Like I think I saw it maybe in Pennsylvania or somewhere not near me. And I'd be curious to know, do they ever make it out this way? Is that regional? Like what does that look like?
I think it was a lot of ex-con, which we all need second chances, but I think
Absolutely.
that program, a lot was behind, convicts trying to get them into the trades, getting them into roofing. I do
I just
remember
saw
that
kids on
program
there
being
though
big.
from a campus. They had some kids from I forget what college, but they had multiple different like it was definitely college age kids. So
Okay.
maybe they're expanding into that. I don't know.